Are we live? Yeah. Okay. Hold on real quick. Hey, no sweat. Hey, is live? Go over there. All right, slow. Hey, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General YAHANNA. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, man, where we're going to get into these scriptures and we're going to talk about keeping fire for the Most High. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Once you got to go ahead and read for me. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Hey, talk to me.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that a man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Understand this, man. We are at the time where the man of sin is being revealed. And you have to see that. You have to see that the man of sin is being revealed. You can't keep your eyes closed no more. You can't sit here and act like that's not what it is anymore, because it's being shown so clearly that it's right in front of your face, like somebody popping a firework. If you are sitting here telling me that you can't see the man of sin being revealed, your eyes is closed. You on your Stevie Wonder. You on your Ray Charles. Because the man of sin is being revealed. Understand that. What you got, brother?
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, a lot of times before I was in the truth, you try and give people the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So, you know, you might see certain traits or certain actions happening of a deceiver, you know, but then you be like, nah, I know this person, you know. But one thing I'm realizing is when you change in the truth, the person you're becoming was the person you already was. That basically, I guess you didn't know you was that person, but you're becoming who you were meant to be. So anything that was showing you these ways, it probably will get more transparent, you know, in the fact that you're aware.
Let me tell you something. Something about the man of sin. The man of sin has always been around. Yeah. His people have always been here. Yeah. See, what is the man of sin? What is he going to do? What is he going to? He's going to teach you what? How to do what? Sin. Right. Because he is the son of what? Perdition, right? Yeah. So he's going to teach you how to sin. Is that not being shown right now? See, we know the man of sin here in the I.S.U.P.K. We know exactly who it is. The man of sin is being revealed to the point where you can see that his countenance went from being prideful to now he's around here hunched over. You have to be able to see the man of sin for who they really are, man. You got to understand that there's people out here that don't have your best interests at heart. But you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are supposed to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. You are the chosen people of the Most High, and the Most High wants you to be different. He wants you to be great. You can't be great if you're following behind the same people that's been sinning since before time. The same people who is showing that they don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. They're showing you right now that they are trying to kill you, unalive you in this world that we're living in. The man of sin is being revealed. Stop having your eyes closed. Stop turning a blind eye to it. Let's drop that out. Let's go to let's go to Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10 in the Apocrypha. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Son.
Chapter No sweat. Chapter 12.
Yes.
Okay. Verse what?
10.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words.
Oh. Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. Chapter 12, verse 10. Nah, no sweat. Go ahead and take your time. Okay, we got you.
Calling out around calling. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Never do what?
Trust thy enemy.
Never do what?
Trust thy enemy.
The Bible is telling you never trust your enemy. Never trust your enemy at all. See, you know what we done seen? Donald Trump done trusted his enemies. You see what they got us right now. When? Because Donald Trump trusted his friends who turned out to be his enemies. See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to learn how to start seeing stuff for what it is from afar instead of us having to bump our heads. We done seen all our ancestors trust our enemies to the point where what? We've been destroyed for over 500 years. 400 plus. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible is telling you never trust your enemy. Why? Keep reading.
Verse 11.
No, never trust your enemy.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Well, verse 10. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusted, so is he wickedness.
So is his wickedness. Understand this. Does iron rust right off the bat? Iron takes time to rust, right? It takes a little time. Once it takes a little time, then it starts rusting and stuff. It done went through some water. That's the same thing like your enemy. See, you got to understand your enemy right off the back that he's your enemy. Your enemy gonna wait. It's gonna get real close to you. And once he get real close to you, then he's going to what? He's going to jump out and show you that he's never was for you. Haven't we seen that all our lives? Haven't we seen that with people that was in the neighborhood with us? And then all of a sudden, once you get in trouble, now all of a sudden they disappear? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we cannot trust anybody besides ourselves. If you're a black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian, the only people you need to trust is the 12 tribes of Israel, the people that are in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the people that have morals, the people that go by a code of conduct. See, a lot of people don't have a code. A lot of people are just out here fending for themselves. And you want to know why we're out here fending for ourselves? Because we've learned that from our enemies. Our enemies have taught us to not trust one another. Our enemies have taught us to hate one another. Our enemies have taught us to get over on one another. Our enemies have taught us to unalive one another over color, over being a celebrity, over us having money, over us, period, point blank, anything. If you got the new J's and I want some J's and I never had a pair of J's, I'm going to come take them from you. That's the stuff that our enemy has taught. Our enemy has taught us for so long because we trusted them that, you know what, if I want something, I can go get it at whatever cost. What you got, bro?
Man, this dude said something so heavy last night. And I was just, I just listened to the conversation, but this really hit me because I never looked at it like this. He said, yeah, I'm real competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But he said when I was younger, I was competitive because I wanted to win. He said, now I'm competitive because I'm trying to learn.
Brother?
And it was crazy when he said that. He was saying it in the work setting, that basically it was a dude that was better than him. And he told, asked him, let's have a race, But he really was telling his enemy, basically, show me how you do it so I can perfect it and do it better.
Right.
But that's actually what the oppressor does on the blind eye and on the slick disc. When you in there and you performing at a high level, they'll bring somebody in there that's willing to work for $3 less or $4 less and say, hey, can you train them? You like, well, I'm training them because you know how to do it good.
Right.
The next thing you know, you X that and he got a cheaper labor cost with the same expertise that you had.
Right. He has you training your replacement that's going to work for cheaper. That's what your enemy does. You don't think that happened? Why do you think all these kingpins and drug dealers, what do you think happens when they go to jail and they doing football numbers? The next person is what? In their place. Your enemy has taught you to sit here and be a crab in a barrel or a crab in a bucket. He has taught you to sit here and hate on one another. He has taught you to go away from your laws, statutes, and commandments. He has taught you to go away from your God when your God had nothing but what? Success in your plans. He said, you know what? In the book of Deuteronomy, the Bible says, if you will hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and do all his commandments, which he commanded you this day to do, that you will be blessed. You will be set on high above all nations on the face of the earth. But you want to know who else knew about that? Your enemy. Because your enemy knew about Deuteronomy 28 and 15. When they talk about if you didn't hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, then you will be cursed in the cities, cursed in the fields. And you will be what? Sold to your enemies. And you will not remember who you were. Your enemy knew that. So what do you think your enemy did? What did you think he was teaching you all along? He was teaching you to sin against your God. See, that's why in the book of Ecclesiastes, it's telling you never trust thy enemies. Because just like iron rust, like over time, iron rust, so is your enemy. Your enemy is going to show you their true colors over time. And you have to understand that. You have to be aware of those things. You have to look beyond those things, because if you don't, then you are going to trust the same people that are unaliving your people out in these streets. These are the same people that got the Epstein files, right? You're trusting people that are sitting here touching on little kids. That's who you're trusting. That's who you put all your faith in right now. You put all your faith in the Christian church. When the Christian pastors is doing what? Stealing your money, breaking up happy homes, or breaking up homes that should be getting righteous counseling so that way they can get better, and touching on little kids. What you got?
Man, I saw today where the pastor told the congregation that they all need to bring their tax, basically their tax refunds, what they actually getting back, so he could actually counsel out who's trying to skip on their tithes.
That right there is crazy, brother. The fact that you want me to give you my tax return information so that way you know how much money I should really be giving you. Like, is that what we came down to? This is what trusting your enemy does. Trusting your enemy tells you to bring your taxes, bring your tax returns in here so I can see what your receipts say. Trusting your enemy is where we what are you doing? Trusting your enemy has majority of our black brothers, black sisters, Hispanic brothers, Hispanic sisters locked behind cages right now. Locked behind bars doing football numbers, maybe never see the light of day again. Because what? They trusted someone. And they trusted the wrong person. They trusted their enemies. They trusted their oppressor. And their oppressor set them up. And now what? They sitting behind them bars while their oppressor is free. Their oppressor, their oppressor is sitting here free, and what are we? We still locked up. And we've been locked up so long, now we're not even locked up behind bars no more. We're locked up mentally. Some of our brothers, they're locked up behind bars. Some of our brothers, they're locked up mentally to the point where they don't even have a mind of their own no more because of drugs. Some of our brothers, they are in mental institutions because they have PTSD and don't even know what's up or down anymore because they have trusted an enemy that wanted to destroy them. We have to be smart enough to walk away. We have to be smart enough to trust the true priests and prophets that the Most High God has put on the face of this earth. Stop trusting everybody that's going to say something to make you happy and start trusting what the Lord has for you. See, the people that's going to sit here and talk to you and tell you something that's not going to make you happy, see, those people, you might want to start trusting into them. The people that's going to sit here and tell you, hey, bro, you don't need to be eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Hey, bro, I understand you want to go make that play, bro, but you better than that. Hey, bro, don't sit here and go fight over that female, dog. Like, what we doing, dog? The Lord has better for you, and you about to go, what? You about to go get sent to jail because you about to crash out over a female? No, that's not what we doing. You sitting here trusting the people telling you to go crash out. You trusting the people that's telling you that, you know what? I don't understand why you believe in that Bible in the first place. It was written by a white man. That's the people that you're trusting. You trusting the people that's telling you, and God said, you know, bring all your tithes. But yeah, when things get rough, where are they at? Your pastor riding around in a Bentley or a Cadillac that's candy painted, but you don't even got your lights on at your house because you gave your pastor what? All your money. You done sold a seed of $10,000 to the church, but the church can't even give you $200 for your light bill. You sitting here giving your kids and your children over to these Catholic churches, and what are these Catholic priests doing? Having a way with your children because you're trusting your enemies. And the Bible is telling you never trust your enemies. What you got out?
Nah, cause like I'm just thinking about my childhood growing up. I grew up every denomination, from started off AME Zion all the way to Luther. But it just sit different because I was never a group child. Like I never wanted my parents to leave me at Vacation Bible School, or I never wanted them to leave me at the Nutcracker practice or drill team practice, or you know, if my grandfather wasn't there, I'm getting back in the car. You know, my brother and sister, they'll stay. You know, but it's just surreal because what you see as adult being concerned or showing compassion, when you look at it through the truth, man, it really was out of control. You know, it really was out of control. You know, some of the things you used to see that you didn't even register that it wasn't right.
Right.
You know, because what you knew as love was what you saw, you know, your older cousin doing with his gal, or, you know, your older sister doing with her dude, or, you know, your uncle and aunt, what they doing, you know, with other couples, and, you know, just different things you saw. That's why I feel like these days mental abuse is way worse than physical abuse. And if, even like CPS, like if they crack down on mental abuse, like if they push the gun on mental abuse as far as how they push it on physical, like if you tap a child, I mean, your child could be 9 years old, bigger than you, and knock your lights out. As soon as you reprimand them, you got CPS in your life. But I feel like if they cornered everybody, teachers, schools, public figures and everything, and not just parents. You know, I feel like it'll be a crackdown, and I'm speaking more so on the mental abuse, because I feel like it starts in the mind to where you feel like things are acceptable, and then when it leaves from the mind and you let that guard down, then other things start encountering.
Okay, so the thing about that is this. You gotta understand, hold on. You gotta understand that mental abuse didn't just start happening. Mental abuse always been around. Like, go to Deuteronomy 28 and 48. And read what you got once you get there. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst,
Mm-hmm.
and in nakedness, and in wants of all things.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck,
Mm-hmm.
until he have destroyed thee.
See, you know, back in slavery, you know, they used to put a yoke of iron around your neck, and they used to put bells on you, right? Because they used to do that for who? Huh? The slaves that were what? Why would you think they would put a yoke of iron around your neck with bells in it? That was for the runners. So if you got a yoke of iron around your neck, first of all, you're restricted. First of all, you feel like at all times that what? You getting choked up. You got bells on you, what? They can hear you. So if somebody has a yoke of iron around your neck, right? Once they take it off, say for instance, if I had a yoke of iron around your neck for about a week, yoke of iron around your neck with bells on it, what are you gonna do once that yoke of iron is off your neck? Most people that think like that, they're gonna start running, right? Right. Do you know what it really did? It stopped them from running, because mentally they destroyed them. Because they like, you know what? The first time I ran and they found me and they brought me back. So, and then they put this yoke of iron around my neck. Because you're serving your enemy. Yep. So they put that yoke of iron around your neck and put that bell on you, so that way every time you walk, if you walk a certain type of way, if you talk a certain type of way, like you're hearing the bell ring. So now every time that you are moving or anything, you are cautious of that. You like, oh my God, like they put that yoke of iron around blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians' necks for so long. Now that we are mentally trained, they can take the yoke of iron off. They ain't got to put the chains on us no more, because mentally we're chained up. That's one thing you got to understand, huh? Like mental abuse, it didn't just start now. It's been here. Mental abuse, mentally, they have been messing with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians forever. For the longest time. You want to know how? Mentally, what were black people taught to do when they saw a Hispanic? And what was a Hispanic taught to do when they saw a black person? Not like them. Yeah. We're not the same, but we both went through slavery. We both sat here and lost our lands to these Caucasian people. We both had to sit here and figure out what? How to eat, how to sleep, how to walk and talk around these other people. So you got to understand, bro, mentally we've been destroyed because we've trusted the wrong people. And it's time for us to no longer trust these people. That's why the book of Ecclesiasticus is such a strong message. Sit down. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it's telling you never trust thine enemies. There's a reason why you don't need to trust them. Because they're going to lead you astray. They're going to teach you how to do nothing but wrong and make it seem like it's right. If you want to know what to do and if you want to know what to follow, go to the book of Matthew. Go to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a high hill, on a hill, cannot be hid.
Understand this, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You are the light of this world. If you would just come back to following these laws, statutes, and commandments, you will understand your purpose. You will understand what the Most High God has for you. You wouldn't be worried about nothing else in this world. You wouldn't be worried about these people and what they have going on. You wouldn't be worrying about the war. You would be looking at the war like, you know what? This is one step closer to us being with our Father. You will be looking at it like, you know what? Let me make sure that I'm right. Let me make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Because if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm good. But the problem is, because we've trusted our enemies for so long, we don't even know what it is to really follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, because you're trusting these Christian pastors. You're trusting these religious leaders instead of trusting these crazy men that you see on the street corners wearing fringes on their pants with a border of blue. Like, you don't want to trust the priests and prophets of the Most High God, but you should. Because the same way you think that we're the crazy men on the street corners, no, we are the light of this world. We're shining light. We're being the brightness and the light that you see in a place filled with darkness. This world is nothing but darkness. Look at what's going on in this world. You can't tell me this world is full of light. How is this world full of light when you see nothing but what? SA going around, people, everybody being sexually abused. Everybody sitting here on drugs.
Talking to themselves.
Everybody around here talking to themselves because they are what? Doing the self-medication. Everybody sitting here on PCP. Everybody sitting here on that wet. Everybody sitting here on that K2. Everybody sitting here on that heroin, on that white girl as well. Everybody is sitting here going crazy in this world, popping pills and all these things. And you say this is light? This is darkness. This is your enemy has won. Your enemy has won for so many years, man. And when you see light, it's like being in a dark room for so long. Once you start seeing light, you know what people do when they start seeing light, when they've been in a dark room for so long? They start doing this. Because the light hurts your eyes. So now what you're doing, you're shielding yourself from it. That's what you do when you hear the priests and prophets, the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. You start shielding yourself from it because you don't want the light to hurt your eyes when you should be walking towards that light. Because that's your Father telling you it's time for you to come out of this darkness. It's time for you to come out the hole. It's time for you to come out of solitary confinement. The Bible is telling you that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are the light. When you are following the laws, statutes, and commandments, you are the light. You are like a city on top of a hill that can't be hid. What else? Keep reading. What else did it say?
We're at My
Book
bad.
of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14.
Okay, I got it.
You at 15.
Okay. Verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick.
Keep going.
And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Understand this, man. You are supposed to be that light that shines. See, we were always, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we were built to be leaders. We were never built to be followers. We were built to be at the top, never at the bottom. We are only at the bottom because we don't want to follow our God. We are only at the bottom because we follow and trust our enemies. We are only at the bottom because we don't know what it is to stand up for the righteous thing. Not stand up for the wicked thing, stand up for the righteous things. The things that everybody else does not like. What you had, Doc?
Cause I was watching, I watch class every day from the different cities, but I was watching the one in D.C., my apologies, it was my apologies, I can't remember his name, but he was speaking on, God don't want everybody.
Right.
And he'll open certain people's ears and certain people's eyes to get them to realize, or for them to hear what needs to be heard.
Right.
So with me being a trooper in the school, when I read this scripture, it's basically saying wherever I am, I'm a light. That lights up the house, meaning anybody around me, they through my walk, they should be able to tell there's something different about that guy.
Exactly.
But also on the flip end, some people cover, like you said, cover their eyes.
Right.
But it might be that one person that actually hear.
Right.
So it's not okay. Cause see, I need to hear that because sometimes I think it's like it's not a right or wrong place to be an Israelite, or it's not a right or wrong place to actually show your culture. But then I was like, well, if he only talking to a certain few, it's like, how do you know those certain few?
So the thing about it is, with you being a light, do you turn off at any time? No. Right. So the thing about it is, you're supposed to shine 24/7. And you shining 24/7, some people are going to shield themselves from you. Some people are going to see you and be like, hey, bro, you shining, my boy. Like, hey, what you on, bro? Man, go ahead, spit some knowledge to me. Let me know. What they used to say, what's today is mathematics? That's the craziest thing that people used to say back in the day. But people see that you shining, and they'll either come to you or they'll shield themselves from you. And that's what you got to understand. Right now, I'm bringing the other side of it. I'm bringing the fact that people want to shield themselves from light. But you are supposed to stay that light 24/7, so that way what? The few that see you shining and they like, man, what is he on? Those are the people that the Lord wants. But can the Lord be shown through you if you hide your light under a bushel? Can the Lord be shown through you if you dim your light so that way people don't have to shield themselves from you? Exactly. So never shield your light. Keep your light as bright as it can be. Blind people with your light. Because at the end of the day, that's what the Lord had for you. The Lord wanted you to be a mighty light. He didn't want you to sit here and be a dim light. What did it say? It said that what? Let me go back. It said,
neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
Keep reading.
But on a candlestick.
Keep reading.
And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
It gives light into what?
all that are in the house.
So my thing is this: if I put a candle on a candlestick and it brings light to all that's in the house, is that a dim light or is that a light? That's a light. That's a bright light. That's a light that that's a light that, you know what, you're gonna be like, hey man, we only gonna use that light when we want to light up the whole room. We ain't gonna. That's what the Lord is calling you. You know, you want to know what I think about? When I see this, I think about a lighthouse. What is a lighthouse for? That light that goes in a circle around that lighthouse, what is it for?
It actually got different functions.
What's the functions?
To light up the area.
Uh-huh.
Some is security wise. Some is dealing with the actual planes and the radar system.
Uh-huh.
But basically, it's to make people aware of that area.
It's to make people aware of what?
That area.
Because it lights up what? That whole area, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we are supposed to be. We're supposed to be a lighthouse to the people. We're supposed to show people that, hey, you see all this that's going on around here? Yeah. Hey, man, this is covered. This is secure area. Yeah. Hey, just understand that there's a beacon right here. Yeah. And that's what the Lord is asking you to be. He's asking you to be a firm, strong fortress for his people. Be that lighthouse. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Don't dim your light for nobody. Go ahead and keep reading. What's the next scripture? Go to verse 16. What does it say?
Verse 16. Well, Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Keep going.
No, we're going to stop right there. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your what?
Your good works.
And what?
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And glorify your Father which is in heaven. Bro, let me tell you something. Based off of something that we even had a conversation about, right? Yeah. If I'm supposed to be a light to you, but yet I'm sitting here still rolling up and smoking with you, are you going to see the Most High in me? Why are you not going to see the Most High in me if I'm still doing the same stuff that I was doing before I got the truth?
It's not a change. They don't see a change.
They don't see a change, right? Yeah. They don't see no. They still see the same person I was before, right?
You're doing something extra.
Right. Yeah. But if I come around y'all and you try to pass me the blunt, I'm like, hey, nah, bro, I don't smoke. I quit smoking, bro. Nah, hey, bro, I'm not sitting here. Nah, I ain't finna sit here and knock down the same chick as you, dog. Like, nah, you tripping. Yeah. Then what? What's gonna start happening once those things start happening?
They're gonna be like, you different. Like, they gonna want to know, what you on.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, hey, say, bro, you done changed up. Like,
or they gonna just start talking to you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's because your light has shined. It said, let your light so shine, so what? That men may see it and glorify who? Your Father which is in heaven. See, so as an Israelite brother, as a brother that knows the truth, as the brother that knows that your Father, the Most High God, has told you to be a light in darkness, has told you to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, has told you to be ye therefore perfect like your Father in heaven is perfect. You letting your light shine like that, you know what that's doing? Hey, turn it down. You know what that's doing? That's weeding out the real from the fake. See, real people understand real things. Fake people want to fit in. Fake people want to sit here and not only dwell within the midst of the fakeness, they want people that's going to be okay with them being fake. And they're going to chill around the people that's okay with being fake. Real people going to be like, nah, man, if you ain't going to keep it real with me, we don't even need to talk. Like, don't even come around me if you ain't going to keep it real with me. And that's what we do here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We keep it real with one another. If I'm tripping, as my brother, I expect for you to tell me, hey, Salakia, hey, bro, I think you tripping, bro. I don't know what's going on with you, but you're not the person that I've known you to be. And I just want to know, bro, are you all right? Like, is everything good with you? Everything smooth with you, bro? If you don't do that, you don't really love me. You don't love nobody but yourself. And that's the difference between being a light or being somebody that's in darkness. What you got?
And that hit heavy, man, because like if you don't keep that mindset, you gotta keep that mindset in here. You gotta keep that mindset at work. You gotta keep that mindset when you just here and there, because the majority of people they switch up, you know, due to the environment of the room, you know. And that's one thing I realized at work. You know, I already been good being a loner, but it's just like if you don't have that mentality, as far as, you know, everybody's not gonna, cause I don't even like to sound real, but everybody's not gonna be me, you know. So with that being said, just I don't know how to put it, like just being around the oppressor and being around the people that are whitewashed, that's not ever gonna see the light, that's not ever gonna even want to hear the truth, you know, is obvious, you know. But when it becomes obvious, it becomes easier to handle because I'm in the truth versus me getting upset and irate and aggressive and feeling like I have to not necessarily prove myself, but staying firm in who I am. It's kind of like being in the truth, and especially having my name. It's like you're held to a whole different standard by the Most High.
Yeah.
So it's like in being held to this standard by the Most High, there's no standard that man on earth can hold me to that's not manageable. That's not.
It's not.
It's light work.
When you got that oil poured on your head, when you took that oath, when you sat here and you said your name 3 times on that prayer, you sat here and told the Lord, look at me. I'm your son. I'm not that person I used to be. I'm your son. And I'm giving that oath to be that new creature. You told your father, look at me. You told the angels, the messengers, start writing down everything that I do. Because everything that I'm doing right now is going to be the report that you send up to my father. That's what you signed up for. So the scripture where it's telling you to be a light and don't hide it under a bushel, because you being a light is what men are going to see. To not only show that you're a changed person, but they're supposed to see what? Their father through you. Yeah. You can't do that if you lukewarm. Yeah. You can't do that if you dim yourself because you don't want certain people to see you. You can only be who you are supposed to be if you shine so bright that it blind people. That's what you are. That's who you are. And that's at work. That's at home. That's when you walking down the street. That's all day, every day. And that's who you are supposed to be. And that's what you fight for every single day. Because you know what we deal with? We deal with our oppressors, dog. And you know what our oppressors want us to be? Our oppressors want us to be dumb. Our oppressors want us to not know who our God is. You want to know why? Understand this. Your oppressor reads this Bible probably more than you read the Bible. Because they're looking for ways to destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If you don't think that what I'm saying is true, I can show you in the Bible that your oppressor does it. Go to Hosea 4 and 6. Your oppressor has read this Bible so much, and you could tell by how they have taught us and trained us and beat us and unmercifully harassed us and unalived us in the streets, that they've read this Bible cover to cover multiple times so they knew how to destroy us. What does the Bible say?
From the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My what?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Keep reading.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
That thou shalt be what?
No priest to me.
So you don't think your oppressor has read that in the Bible? You don't think that they're using that against you? It says that what? My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. So what do you think your oppressor did when he read that? When it said, my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the laws of thy God, I also have forgotten thy children. What do you think your oppressor did when they saw Hosea 4 and 6? What do you think that they saw in their mind? What do you think they told themselves to do? If I make them what? If I make them turn their back on their God, if I take all the knowledge away from them, if I make this seem like this is my book instead of their blueprint.
Even before that,
if I sit here and take pages out of the book, then I can destroy them because they have a lack of knowledge. What did they used to say? If you want to hide something from a black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, put it in a book. This is what they think about us. This is how your oppressor thinks about you, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. They're going to destroy you because you have a lack of knowledge. They read this Bible, and you don't understand that your father is sitting here telling you, my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. You got to see it from two different ways. You got to see it from the aspect of your enemy that don't care about you, and you got to see it from your father that's telling you, follow me. He's like, bro, my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. And because they keep rejecting the knowledge, because they don't want to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that I've given them, what am I supposed to do? They're like a child. They're like children that don't want to listen to dad's what? His orders. Your father gave you the ground rules. He told you, don't go rob nobody. Don't go steal. Don't go unalive people. Because when you do those things, you take my hands off of you. Because now you're in the hands of who? Your oppressor. Your oppressor has all the control over you when you stop following your father's laws, statutes, and commandments. You have allowed them to teach you that. Because your father's laws, statutes, and commandments said, don't sit here and do drugs. Don't sit here and sell drugs. Don't sit here and hurt on one another. Don't sit here and do like evil. Because what are the first two commandments? Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy soul. And the second is of the same of the first. But it's to love your who? your brother and your sister, your neighbor, as such, right? Are we doing that? You want to know why we're not doing that? Because we think our neighbors is everybody, when it's not. In that time, they were talking about what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Loving on one another. No. But we have been so destroyed from a lack of knowledge, we don't care to love one another. You know what we care to do now? We care to get over on one another. We have been taught that for so long, man. How do you keep the fire? How do you keep the zeal of the Most High when you've been taught to be destructive? The only way you can keep that is by you following the law, statutes, and commandments. The law, statutes, and commandments is the only way for you to keep your zeal. That's the only way for you to keep your zeal, is for you to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. For you to sit here and do what your God, your Father, has taught you to do. So understand, when it says my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, it's not because we're not smart enough to obtain it. It's because we don't look for it. We are so caught up in doing what these oppressors have taught us to do, we don't even look for the knowledge no more. We don't even seek it out no more. And now we're destroyed because of it. Because we are choosing not to be priests of the Lord no more. You know what we're choosing to be? YNs. You know what we're choosing to be? Corner boys. You know what we're choosing to be? Kingpins and drug dealers. You know what we're choosing to be? Night walkers. You know what we're choosing to be? Bad bitches. You know what we're choosing to be? Celebrities. When the Lord sat here and told us that you are what? A royal priesthood, a chosen generation. You are a peculiar people, only to himself. But you know why you don't think that? Because you are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. What you got,
Yeah, and me thinking, you know, it's you know, the day is long, you know, but it's real short.
Right.
What I mean by that is, I had to really tell myself, like I said, when I took this oath, I told myself, you know, if I'm not at work, I'm in school, I'm in class. Because one thing I'm learning in the early stages of the truth, like, you can't, like, I can see how General Muhammad, I can see how they speak on, you know, come to the truth first, you know, but learn the truth, like, be in the truth, you know, because one thing I'm learning is you could come and get pieces of the truth, but, like, with me, it doesn't work unless I come to school or I'm in class at least every week. Like, if I'm not in class, I'm not at the stage where I could just be out there, you know, because idle time leads into idle things.
Right.
You know, and I was sitting up talking to my brother earlier today about next week. You know, we were talking about going to get something to eat, but I had to throw in there. I was like, hey, I go to class, you know, and such. So we go get something to eat. If you with me, then, you know, you going to be in class, you know. And I didn't know how to say it, so I just said it. And he was like, bro, as long as I'm with you, you know, I'm cool. You know, and that really touched my heart for him to even hear me even say anything about class, because at first it wasn't even being heard about, but now he's seeing that this is a part of me, and it's going to be a part of me, like, every day, you know, like, you know. But I'm guess basically what I'm saying, when you speak about what position you want to be as a man, you know, if you serving God, You know, it don't work out when you try and be a D-boy or you try and be that dude on the block or you at the corner store, you know, and engage. Because, see, I ain't gonna lie, like, just to be real, you know, when you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you cut on and cut off. That's why I spoke on what I spoke on.
Yeah.
But then when you cut back on, it's a certain level of conviction because you knew and you know, you graded on actually what you doing out here.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible feeling when you cut back on. So.
And that's the thing about it is, the Lord never told you to be cut on and cut off.
Yeah.
You know, matter of fact, Shalak, yeah. Let me go ahead and pull this scripture real quick for you, because based off of what you're saying, the Lord never wanted you to be cut on and cut off. All right, go to the book of Revelations chapter 3, verse 16. Revelations 3 and 16. Once you got to go ahead and read.
All right, the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out my mouth. Understand
this. It said again, what? Read it again.
Go then, because thou art lukewarm.
Read one verse before that. What does it say?
Okay, Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold or hot, I will spew thee out my mouth.
Understand this, man. Look, right here in the book of Revelation, chapter 15, verse 16, right? I mean, the book of Revelations, what is that? Chapter, Salaka. Chapter, you said what? Chapter 3, verse 15 and 16, right? It's telling you that, look, bro, I know that works. So the Lord is telling you, hey, look, man, I'd rather you either be all the way cold or all the way hot for me. Don't be in the middle. Don't look for no gray area. It's black or white. And you want to know something? The Lord doesn't want you to be gray. He don't want you to turn that switch on and off. He wants you to be all the way hot or all the way cold. Why do you think the Bible talks about you can't serve two masters? Because you're going to love one and you're going to hate the other. You're going to choose one and you're going to shun the other. You can't drink of the cup of what? You can't drink of the cup of devils and of the Most High God. You cannot be lukewarm in this truth. It's either you set a blaze on fire for the Lord or you all the way icebox where your heart used to be for the Lord. So you have to choose. When you took that oath, you know what you chose to do? You chose to be a ball of fire for the Lord. You chose to be a son. You chose to be a son for the Lord. And that's what he wants. You chose knowledge when you took that oath. You chose to be a different person when you took that oath. And that's what all of us did. That's what all the brothers and sisters here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, that's what we chose. We chose to put ourselves last. I don't care about putting myself first. You want to know why? Because when I took that oath, I killed my selfishness. Anything that I wanted to do first is no longer matters. Don't nobody care about me and what I want to do and how I want to live and what I want to do and I, me. Brother, let me tell you something. Your kinfolk know that. Your kinfolk knows that you no longer care about yourself. This is no longer about you. It's about the Most High God. And that's why he sat here and said, you know what? Whatever you got going on, I know you saying you got class after this time frame. Bro, I don't care as long as I'm with you. You want to know why? Because you let your light shine. You're showing him, hey, bro, I love you as a family member. My nigga, you my nigga. But I'm going to tell you now, the Most High come first. So we can chill with each other, but when the Most High time comes, I'm putting him before you. You can either come with me or you can stay at home, bro, or you can go do whatever else you want to do. But if you're going to be around me, I'm putting the Lord got this time. And ain't nothing coming in between the Lord's time. And that's how you have to be. You can't be lukewarm. You can't turn that switch on and off because they're not going to respect you. Nobody respects somebody that's lukewarm. Would you respect, brother, would you respect me if I decided, you know, some days I'm going to do the work of the Lord, some days I don't feel like doing it? Would you respect me if I'm telling you to do all these things, but you've never seen me do it? You wouldn't respect that. You want to know why you wouldn't respect that? Because it seemed weird. And the Lord ain't a person that's with weird. The Lord is not with he's not with that. Because at that point, it seemed like what the sister said. It seemed like it's untrustworthy. When someone start acting weird and start acting iffy with you, then you like, man, what they got going on? Man, the Lord don't contradict himself. The Lord is hot all day, every day. He don't change. He don't pick and choose when he want to be the Lord or when he don't. He don't pick and choose if he gonna be a blaze of fire or if he gonna be cold. No. I'm a blaze of fire, and those that want to be around me going to become blazes of fire as well. That's who your Father is. So you can't be lukewarm. You can't be somewhat hot but somewhat cold. You can't straddle the fence with the Lord. Because the Lord he's going to see you straddling that fence, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to say, hey, bring him here. Hey, say, fam, look, hey, you ain't no, we don't do that straddling the fence. So who choose ye this day who you will serve? It's either the Lord or yourself. So choose. And that's what we got to understand, bro. What we got to understand is we need to do this. Go to the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Do what?
But seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Keep going.
And his righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
And all these things shall be added unto you.
Understand this, man. We got to learn how to seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. Because once you do that, all these things will come upon you. All these things will be given unto you. If you're not sitting here being lukewarm, if you're not sitting here doing what you want to do for selfishness, and you really seek first the kingdom of God, and doing all these things that he said for you to do, then all these things will come upon you. What's up? What you got?
You know what else I noticed too, man? When you really rocking with the Lord, you know, a lot of ailments or a lot of things that they say you have to have medicine for, it really go away. Like a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties, a lot of thoughts about what's next or tomorrow, or it's just a lot of things you don't even think about no more. Even like when I go to work, like I don't worry about what's around the corner, or I'm not looking at the time and being like, all right, I gotta walk fast or I gotta do this, because It's like it's a double-edged sword, but it's a double-edged sword of righteousness, meaning, hey, if something do happen, hey, I get my seat first. If something don't happen, hey, I get to serve the Lord the next day. You know, so I don't know. It just hit different. You know, every day when you really, truly in your heart walking with the Lord wholeheartedly, 100%, as to the best of your ability.
What you got, sis? Grab the mic, turn it on.
Okay. So just going based off of what you said, it's real when he says he didn't give us the spirit of fear. And when he said, give us this day our daily bread, we don't have a reason to worry about anything. And when you start to worry, that means you need to talk to your father. Like, that's it. And I've been having that lately a whole lot. Like, things that I worry about, like, you don't have to worry, because then things start to fall in place. You just got to talk to him and you feel so much better. And then you start noticing how things start turning and working in your favor. You just go to sleep and you wake up and stuff, just you getting phone calls, you getting emails, you getting just random stuff that you didn't even know about. He don't want you to worry. You just be obedient. That's all he wants us to do, is be obedient. And once you got that, everything else will always fall into place. But as soon as you stop doing what he told you to do, that's when stuff start falling apart, because you looking everywhere but where you supposed to.
The thing about it is, this is how you got to look at it. You're on a tightrope. It's just like the Bible story. Jesus is on the water, and he told him, come on, walk to me. Don't look nowhere else. Walk to me. That's like you being on a tightrope, and you got to walk that tightrope, and you have all your balance in the world because you're focused on the goal. That's why when the Bible is telling you seek first the kingdom of heaven, it's telling you, come here. Come here, my child. Don't sit here, hey, brother, I'll start. It's telling you, hey, look here. Look at me. Don't look nowhere else. Look here. And when you look here, then everything is good. Because that's where you were supposed to go, right? But when you start looking everywhere else, then what happens? You start falling. You get off track. When it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will come upon thee, all these things will be added unto you, it's letting you know, if you trust me, if you sit here and come follow my laws, statutes, and commandments, if you come over here and do what you were supposed to do, then you know what? All these things will change for you. Like you said, brother, all these things will change for you. Like you said, sis, when you trust in the Most High God and you don't worry about where your daily bread is coming from, because you pray to your God. You following the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not doing the same things that you used to do anymore, because your life is not your own, but it's for him every single day. Then the things that are added on to you are the blessings that you were supposed to have from the beginning. You may not have all the things you want, but you have all the things you need. And that's the thing that most people, they fail to realize. See, the Most High God is not the God of wants. He's the God of needs. He's the God of the things that you need in your life. You want $1 million. You want the house. You want the car. You want all these things that the world is telling you is the things to show that you are that nigga. But your father's saying, no. Nah, this world right here, don't set up all the treasures of this world. Nah. Set up the treasures of heaven. Do everything you're doing for your God. You see what I'm telling you to do? See, hey, you know what? We don't worry about the materialistic things, because the materialistic things, it can go. Over time, it rusts. Over time, people do steal. Over time, it does break. But you know what? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Don't build up the treasures of this world. Build up the treasures in heaven. Do the spiritual thing. Do the thing that most people don't want to do. See, what we're doing here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, what we are sitting here teaching our people to do, everything that you're doing, don't look for a quick return. Like, it's like doing stocks. It's like doing crypto. You're not putting in your money right now to get a quick return back. You put your money in, you got to let it sit. It go through its high and its lows. When it's at its peak, you be like, ooh, it might be time for me to go ahead and get up out of there. But then you be like, man, hold on, let me wait. Then it go through its low phase, and then you be like, oh, man, see, I knew I should have took that money up out of there. But then out of nowhere, it shoot all the way up something crazy. And then you be like, here's the time. This is the time. But you only get that if you endure. But a lot of people don't care to endure. You want to know why? Because they're looking for the short game, not the long game. And your father, he's looking for the long game. What you got out? Go ahead.
And I'm just leave at this. That's how the conversation started. The conversation started over a few dollars. You know, and I told my brother, I got more than a few dollars I could give, but what am I giving it for?
Right.
So when I spoke to him about what it was for, I said, I can't give it to you, but, you know, send you something to eat, I can send you something to eat. So long story short, it was just crazy because I told him, you know, I said, shit, I'm eating some leftovers. You know, I go to work tomorrow, so I eat at work tomorrow. I really ain't spending, you know, just telling them, you know, what I got going on, you know, and that's how it transpired into next week. You know, we can hang, chill, you know, but I can't give you anything that's going to hurt you or anything that you're going to get self-medicated on or anything of that nature. But that was my first time actually having one of those type of conversations of even caring about, you know, what he was going to use the money for. But I could tell, you know, because you haven't talked to me. So it turned into him saying, what's your schedule? You know, so I know when to talk. Because I told him, don't call me just, you know, when you need something, call me because, you know, I'm your brother. You know, you want to talk. You know,
Right.
this, did that, and other. So it was just, when you were saying about the wants, you know, we always stay backwards. Well, back in that life, I just think about it, I stayed in limbo because of my wants, you know, and not necessarily my needs.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest thing when it comes down to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We live off of wants. We don't live off of needs. And that's the biggest problem. Because my thing is this. I can want. We can go. I'm gonna go down to the smallest little things, right? I can want Chili's tonight to eat, but do I need Chili's? Do I need to go spend money? Exactly, brother. Like, why would I go to Chili's when I got a brother like Tazadak? Like, you know, my wants is go to Chili's. But the things that I need to do is I need to save my money because at the end of the day, there's more things that's going over. There's more things that's going on. Oh, I'm about to go spend $60, $70 to feed my whole family at Chili's, but I ain't pay my Passover fees. Why not save the money so that way I can pay my Passover fees? Shoot, my family got food at the house. We got food. It ain't the thing that we ain't got food. It's the fact that. But what we need to do is what? Save money. What we need to do is what? Do the righteous things. We got to understand that we don't need to go off of our wants. we need to just worry about what the Lord gives us, because that's what we really need. And the only way you're going to start thinking about those type of things is when you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness. When you start seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness, then all these things will be added onto you. Then all these things will be given unto you. The needs, not the wants. Hey, brother, let's drop that. Let's go to Proverbs 16:3. Yep. Proverbs 16:3. This is right on topic right here. Because this is what we got to learn how to do. We got to stop worrying about ourselves and start being a selfless person. Go ahead and go.
Okay, the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
What?
Commit thy works unto the Lord.
Read it real slow, brother. Just
commit thy works unto the Lord.
Keep reading.
And thy thoughts shall be established.
Understand this, man. This is something that we got to learn how to do. See, we've learned how to do everything wrong according to the Lord. We've learned how to sit here and what? Sell drugs, do drugs. We've learned how to sit here and be selfish. We've learned how to sit here and do the opposite of what our Father wanted us to do. Now we got to learn how to what? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and commit thy works unto who?
The Lord.
And what happened? Keep reading.
And thy thoughts shall be established.
And your thoughts should be established. See, brother, do you think about smoking anymore now that you done gave that oath to the Lord? When you chose to do this walk for the Most High God, did you even care about smoking anymore? Did you care about doing the things that were selfish anymore? Did you care about you and what you wanted to do and how you wanted to live and how you wanted to strive when you decided to do the work of the Lord? Because your what? Your thoughts were what? Established in doing the works of who? The Most High. What you got?
And when you do that, like, you start thinking about everything. Like, I want to be in position to be able to help my brother in any situation, you know? So when you doing those things, even from the smallest thing, like, you might look at smoking, but that leads to other stuff. That's why, like, you know, I even told my brother, I said, I ain't even been to the store, I got me a beer, you know, because, like my thoughts are totally on different things. Like, I'm thinking about Passover. I'm thinking about, you know, what work we got to do, you know, I was talking about with you, you know, just with the men above, period, you know, when can I be available? And when you start really thinking about the work of the Lord, you don't even have time to do that other type of stuff or even think about it. It don't even come in your mind. Like, it's not even I don't know. I don't even think about it.
Because you don't have an idle mind anymore.
Yeah.
See, when you start thinking about the Most High God, and you start thinking about His works, and you start thinking about the things that you were supposed to do, and how you were supposed to be, and how you were supposed to live and talk and do all these things that you have. It goes through your mind to the point where you like, bro, I've been slacking for too long. I don't have enough time to sit here and have an idle mind. Because I've been idle long enough. I'm behind the ball. I'm behind the curve. And I gotta catch up because it's so much stuff that I should have been doing for so long that I haven't. Go ahead.
It's draining being in that type of cycle. Like it's, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel better. Like I'm dropping weight. Like it's crazy. I'm seeing me, like the person I saw way back in Galv, like high school me, you know. And I like the sight. I like the feeling. I like, you know, how I think, how I move, and it just shows you how tired, like, man, that old life was just tiring, bro. It was just a constant battle and figuring out how I'm gonna do this tomorrow, you know. And when you ain't thinking about tomorrow in that aspect, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Bro, you gotta understand. It's so much. It's so much that you think about. Like, it's so much that you are thinking about when you are sitting here not following the law, statutes, and commandments compared to when you are. It's like this, bro. When you are following the law, statutes, and commandments, you get a sense of peace that you normally don't get when you're not. You no longer have to look over your shoulder, because you are letting your works be established. You are doing the work of the Lord so much that, bro, you don't have time for nothing else. It says, commit thy works unto the Lord. Brother, when you start committing your works unto the Lord, what does that look like? That looks like anytime somebody asking you, are you available to do a clothing drive, a food drive for your people? Are you available to go to camp? Are you available to show up to class and do shamar? Are you available to show up to class and read? Are you available to show up at class just to participate in the class, to do the work of the Lord? Are you available? You know what that looks like when you commit thy works unto the Lord? It's like, you know what? Are you available? Hey, raise your hand if you're available. That's all it is. Anytime somebody asking you, are you available? You raise your hand. You want to know why? Because you have chosen the Lord over yourself. You have chosen to be a selfless person in a world that's full of selfish people. Yeah. That's why the Bible is telling you, hey, commit thy works unto the Lord. Because when you do that, then what? What is the next thing? It says, and thy thoughts shall be established. You don't think the Most High is seeing that? You don't think the Most High is seeing how you are working? You don't think that he's seeing how you are moving? You don't think that he's seeing that you are choosing him when this whole world is telling you to choose yourself? Your works are being shown through what you are choosing to do. Don't be a person that's destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Don't be a person that holds on and cleaves to their enemies. Don't be lukewarm. Choose to be that candle that's on that candlestick that shines so bright that the whole house is illuminated. Be the person that the Most High can look down and see, hey, boy, that boy is shining right there, boy. Hey, boy, you see my boy? You see my boy, Officer Tajadot? You see that trooper? What is Yarwan? Yarwan. You see that trooper Yarwan? You see that boy? Hey, boy, that boy right there, I've been telling him for 15 years. For 15 years, that boy was supposed to be, boy, hey, that trooper right there, boy, that boy is shining now. That boy bright. That's what the Lord wants to see. See, brother, you gotta look at it like this. You know the Lord is in the heavens. The Most High is in the heavens. And you know what he think about you look at a globe. And you look at a globe and you just see what? You just see a map, right? You know what the Lord see when he see that globe? He sees specks of light. The same way when you look up into the skies, you see stars. That's how the Lord sees his chosen people. He sees them like a speck. He sees them like light that's like stars on this map. And he's looking to see how many people are choosing him. He gave himself to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He sent his son to die for you. And now he's looking to see who's choosing to be a light in a place full of darkness for him, for his sake. So he's looking like this. He's like, God dang. Like man, this is supposed to be my soldier. But he ain't looking for it. But you know what? That trooper, are y'all one? Yeah. Officer of 5,000 Tazadak? Yeah. That boy Captain Yatazak, I can see them lights. I can see that they doing the works. I can see the people in the I.S.U.P.K. that's doing the works. The brothers, the sisters that's choosing to not be selfish, but to be selfless. To not hold on to grudges, but to forgive because they wanted to be forgiven. Because they know that they haven't been perfect. The same way that you want to hold on to that grudge is the same way the Lord's like, hey, if you hold on to that grudge, then I got to hold on to the grudge of 1985 when you were sitting around here and you sold that A-ball to such and such. So are we holding on to grudges or are we loving our neighbors as ourselves? Or are you going to forgive because you want to be forgiven, or are you going to hold on to it? Understand that your works and the way that you move and the way that you treat others, it is going to be established. You got to commit your works unto the Lord. That means you have to learn how to forgive. You have to learn how to move. You have to learn how not to be lukewarm, but a blazing fire for the Lord at all times. Because if you don't, then you're telling the Lord, treat me like how I'm treating you. What you got, Al?
And I know it's 9 o'clock, but I have to say this, because it's a real life situation.
Go ahead.
Last week, I got my name on Monday. I was out Tuesday. I came Tuesday. I was fired up.
Right.
I go to work Wednesday. I go to work 40 minutes early. And I clock in 40 minutes early because they getting hit. My dude getting hit on the screen. I get sent home before my original time to clock in. Because, I guess, because I was blazing, it wasn't light. And it was spoken about that I literally picked up my phone and set it over here. So basically, I got sent home, but I didn't even get mad. I came to class straight from work. Officer Galv was teaching. And I just left it alone because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, it was dry. But if I would have looked at it, I was the guy told me something the other day, and it is beaming in my head. And it was basically like, bro, if you leave, and this is what I got out of it. This wasn't the exact word, but if I leave, it was gonna. But what I got out of it was, if I would leave, I was walking to be unalive. And when I think about that, for it to be said, it'll be the greatest mistake of my life. Like, it hit me, so it kind of resonated in me that, for me to have for Most High to give me a second chance after everything I did, I mean, why not do it the right way? It's easier said than done, but like I said, You know, just going through everything, like coming to class, like it all add up and it all makes sense, you know, out of no sense. You know, basically, like you can't see, and I'm just speaking for TV Land, you cannot see how it works until you actually start coming to class and understand how it works through the works.
Yeah.
Like it that you cannot see nowhere. It's nowhere, no way possible you can even begin to understand how it works.
And that's how the Lord works. The Most High doesn't work bright and shiny, and you'll see everything from the beginning, the beginning. No, the Lord works in, hey, you see this dark path? Go down this path. Nah, don't go left, don't go right. Go straight. Once you go straight along the path, you'll start seeing a light. And once you start seeing that light, go towards that light. And then start running towards that light. And start going as fast as you can to that light. And once you get to that light, hold it up and run back through the dark places and bring that light to there. See, that's how the Lord works. That's how the Most High God has always worked. The Most High God wants to know, are you for real about me? Because if you for real about me, then go through this darkness. Go through this. Go through the furnace of affliction to see if you really about me. Because those that are not real about me, you know what they do? They start going through the furnace of affliction and start turning around and going back. Hey, brother, that temperature get too hot. But those that are truly about the Most High, you know what they do? They stay the course. And they, what? Walk through that darkness and get to the light. What does the Bible say? Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, because who is with me? Because the Most High God is with me. And in that what? The rod and thy staff shall cover me. Comfort me. You got to understand. See, when you are walking that path and you choose the Most High God, you got things that comfort you through it. Is it easy? No. It's never been easy. That's why the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 1 says, if you prepare thy soul for temptation, that you are going to be through tests and tribulations, because many men are chosen through what? The furnace of affliction. When you choose the Most High God, you're going to have to be the light when everybody else is being the light. Because that's your job. Your light for nobody. Let your light shine so that way it can illuminate the whole entire house. And keep that light until the day you die. Go ahead and say Amajim, which means to stand. You know, in words off the side that I man, like done got on me. So we gonna say Sar, which means we gonna turn and face the east. We're gonna say this prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Daba'ah, Rakzaka, Ayah, Aisha, Barataza, Lakum. Call. Yawam. Waswa. Kabawatnawa. Kabawatniawa. Wala. Tabayainawa. Banasaya 1. Abal. I.S.U.P.K. My ya. Right. Ya. Hamalakwa. Wala. Wahata para. La I will love you. Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yeah. Thou wilt give us this day. Debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, from the kingdom, and the power, and the glory. Star, which means the face of front. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to sisters. Men of Israel, Majum, Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh, Shah, brother. Sar, face sister. She salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Majum, Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh, Shah, Ba'ashim, Shah. Yahweh, Class dismissed.